Ah, it's me. Hello. I did the thing. I'm going to adjust this because I need to add a little headline logo. Ah, it's so big. I realized I didn't ever do this. Okay. What if I like rotate it? Would that look cool? Hello. Well. I like that more. Yeah, that's good. I can put the chat up there, maybe? I don't know. I need like a border or make this prettier or something. I don't know. Hello. I'm going to be working today on wings or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I've got a set of wings that I made a while ago for a cosplay, 2 years or so. And look at that. Kind of cute. I want to change some stuff about them. Mainly how they attach to the body. Right now they're kind of I'll just admit it, a little janky. Not my favorite. Could use room for improvement. That's a good way to put it. So I was thinking of ways to make it easier so they can get into and out of it themselves. Basically the system before has been the backpack piece. This goes against their back shoulder straps around the front. And on the backpack here, there are some tubes. There are these like fiber tubes, which this just kind of like notches into. And there's a second one that like slides from the wing into the body of the thing. And it's honestly not great. Not my favorite. So I was thinking of like coming up with some 3D printed option. I had another client reach out with me recently, made a cute griffin a while ago, and was thinking of, they were asking if there's something to do about the wings, and that would work well for them too, I think. So it's just a matter of now doing it, doing the thing. So yeah. I'm gonna play around with that today, even if YouTube is a little bit weird. So, see how it's going. I got it. Cool. Just trying to make sure this is going. I'm getting weird errors on my side on the stream stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But right now I'm just kind of getting some measurements. I think what I'm going to do is open this up in my CAD software and play around with some dimensions of stuff. See how I can get it to work. My thought is I've got one of these taken out already. Looks like this with nothing on it. My thought is to just make some structure, cut this down a bit. Don't need that so long. Make a structure that kind of grabs, that merges around this whole thing, locks it into place, and then hides behind the fabric of the wing itself. And then there's a vertical slot that connects into the backpack, and that goes across the whole backpack. It's all one piece. And then this piece can kind of just get put into there, and then whenever the wings are needed, I was thinking just having a Velcro or zippered part along between the two wings. So it basically be from like there to there, zipper that locks the whole thing shut. And then you can just put the wings in, have them stick through the hole, make that work. And then pop them in, pop them out with the zipper, and not have to worry about it being so annoying like it is right now. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play around with this, come up with an option here. So I've got a bunch of measuring devices and my iPad. Open up a program called Shaper 3D, which should be different, a little CAD software for iPad. And it looks like this. It's like this. Looks like CAD software. So I'm going to be playing around with that once I get the thing figured out. So let's do that. I'm going to bring that over here. Get some dimensions in here. So the current stuff that I need to know is the dimension of the holes to each other, which is about 7 and let me just say 8 inches. 8 inches would be fine. 8 inches outside. All right, so in this ring back piece, we're gonna just start playing around with it here. And with a rectangle, that is. I'll just do a line. 7 to 8 inches. Now, it's hard to do when I'm not actually writing on my iPad. It's not on a paper. 8. Looks good. I think this should be probably about 3 inches tall. Hole to hole. I'm going to do an offset single. Probably ½ an inch either side. Yeah. Let's do 3/8 of an inch. I don't think it needs to be ½ inch. And then these are, how big are these actually? Inches. They're about 1/4 of an inch. I'm a bit proud of that. 1/4 of an inch should be good because then I get a pressure fit in there. That's the halfway line. I just like to have that for myself. Okay, so here we're gonna go to the front view here. Favor and select everything here. Move it so that it is centered on this guy. Oops. Huh. Weird. Why won't you work? do this again. Yeah, it's already able to do that. What is going on? Why will you not work? We'll just do this from the top view. So that should be where that goes. The offset of this one. Quarter inch will probably be enough space. Let's do 3/8 of an inch. Or 3/16 of an inch here. Looks good. Do an offset of okay. We're gonna just trim there. So this problem, the problem I have with this software is it really limits itself to its sketch constraints. So like, there's just a lot of times where you're like, this just won't do what I need it to do. I just want this thing to move. And it's dependent on other geometries locations, which is kind of not great, in my opinion. Trim these out of here. I don't know why I did that. Oh, probably because this isn't good. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. So then we now have the base from which this should come out. Now what I need is like another set of these. Kind of follows a line in a very shallow angle like that. Probably only needs to be what, 2 inches long? Let's go. 2.5 inches long, probably enough. I like that angle. All right, so 2.5 inches long is probably enough. So 2.5. You're going to offset you. Tall. Cool. Then we're going to go over here. Okay, I have an idea. So let's I like that angle. I'm going to grab this. I just grab you. Unlink you. Okay. Now we should be able to move this around. And grab the space on that. Perfect. Okay, cool. Offset tool. Again in the other direction. Is that really it? Oh, because I'm a fool. Yeah, 5/16 is right. Cool. And then we go like this to there. Okay, cool. What's next? Okay, so I've just added a little bit of space to get to the back here because I realized that it's gonna be a little funky if it doesn't really. That's the same line. No. So that'll do that. And now I should be able to sketch, trim this stuff out of here. Okay, make that 3 inches. Is that what I wanted? Is this 2 or did I do it 3? Okay, good, I did it the right length, yeah. Okay, cool. Oops. So there's that, and then I go into the front of this, and we only need so my thought with this is I kind of want to make it removable, and I have these little like 30, I got these little screws with I've got thank you. Yeah, so I'm making a wing base. It's basically, so I made these a while ago for a friend, and they just weren't ideal. So this is the like backpack piece, and the wing itself. This is the like structure for it. The wing itself would just slide into this hole, but you have to do this through the fur, and there was a piece that kind of joined between the two, and it just wasn't great. So I'm hoping to do something that like kind of deals with that by just letting it, I'm just gonna have this go down into this hole that's down here. And let's see, no, it doesn't do it that way. This hole here, and a piece that goes out sideways because it's a 90-degree turn. And it just kind of like, I'm gonna have it basically bolt into place up here at the top. And I just need to kind of like do this circle here so that you can take this wing on and off of the backpack, and then the backpack will just kind of zip into place. There'll be a spot between the back wings where it can like zip over it, and then you can remove them and put them on as part of it, and remove it, and then even kind of remove the screws, just like 2 screws or something super simple that'll lock it into place. So I'm just kind of working on that. I have 2 clients basically right now who I've made wings for that have both been like, ooh, I'd love to see some other options if possible. And so that's what I'm kind of working on right now. So this is actually a program called Shaper 3D. This is a CAD software. I do a lot of work in this program when I'm trying to do something a little bit more technical, because CAD just is way easier to deal with in that vein. Let's see here. Let's go like my background I have a background in like technical theater. And so this kind of works well within that. I think I'm gonna go like maybe like here. Where's a nice even number? I wanted a nice even number. 32 is half of 64. 1.5. Boop. And it's kind of a cool piece of software. It's just a little jank at times, but you can do cool stuff like, check that out. Look how cool that looked. And then I'm gonna go over here. Oh, that's not lining up, is it at all? Lining up on this side? It isn't. Okay, so we're gonna go back a couple of steps. What is that? It's like 3/16. Well, that's not right either. Weird. How much is this one? Yeah, that's 3/16 of an inch. Weird. I wonder why that happened. Why that's doing that. Yeah, this one is a little pricier. My husband got a membership for it, and if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be using it. But I do really like having a CAD software for some of the stuff, because like sometimes I'm doing something around the house and I need a thing that fits something perfectly, and it will be perfect for, it'll be great for that. It's fascinating. Hey, they kind of are guarding it, and that's why I was kind of like, I don't know how to do it myself, so I'm just gonna flail around until I get it figured out. And I really want to do, probably 2 or 3 months from now, I'll probably do another TPU video using what I've learned since then, because I've tried, I think, 3 different new filaments, alternatives to the foaming stuff that's way cheaper, easier to get, that does the same thing. I've tried 2 different versions of that. I've tried some of these other TPUs. There's like a 90 TPU. I've used the bamboo. Oops. Stop. I've used the bamboo AMS compatible one a little bit, and didn't really enjoy that either. But it's all useful information, I think. Okay, so what if I go circle? So yeah, I definitely want to do more. Weird, now that's perfect. Okay, I don't know what I did differently. That inside edge there just a little bit, so it's easier to deal. Yeah, so I've done a couple actually. I did one on FC, and I've been working on the video editing for that. I did at FC. I do my most common panel is just a intro to technology in fursuits and cosplay, and it's just like an hour long where I talk about 3D, different software, 3D modeling, 3D printing, processes from like scale work to full 3D printed options. I talk about dye sublimation and vacuum forming and the different types of filaments and everything. And it's about an hour long. I have one on my channel that I did at TFF last year. I did one again this year at FC that I recorded. So we're just working on editing that because it's just a little like an hour and 30 minutes of video editing to make it a little bit more pleasing, because there's a lot of like the convention audio of like people talking in the background, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to edit it to make it sound good, professional. But that's my main, that'll be my main, that's the one I'll have online here. And then I'll have other videos and stuff too. But yeah, I try to do if I'm going to a con, I try to do a panel because I like it. It's kind of fun for me. And I've got that technology and fursuit making panel down pretty well now at this point, so. We're not gonna have enough room if I do. What about two? Do that. But I'm glad you found the other videos useful. Yeah, I definitely want to do more. I mean, I really enjoy it. So I've got a video I'm working on right now that is, oh, actually, yeah, I probably need that to be fairly big so that I can, like, it'll fit inside. It'll give it strength by going back there. We can probably do that and make our life a little easier. That looks nice. I dig that. That looks good. Okay, so now I want to do is, I think that looks good for what I want to do. Now I just have to figure out a way to, maybe is this its own piece? Yes, it is. So if I made bolt holes in that and I went vertical, would that be too skinny? Let me go look at my press fittings. I'll be right back. I've got them right over here. And in fact, I'm still on my is it? Nope, it's not in one of these. No. Oh, there. Oh, I got little tiny guys. I'm back. I just got these. These are little like brass threaded fittings because I thought they're kind of cool for pressing into 3D prints. So you can like basically melt them into 3D prints and make it all like one solid piece. But what I think I want to do is, let me grab the other screws for this. you guys go? Good. All right, I'm back again. Haha. Now I got bolts. All right, so these are. How thick did I make this wall again? If I grab this, it shows me 5/8 of an inch. So my thought is I'm going to split. Let me adjust this. That looks better. Okay, cool. My thought is I'm going to just put a couple of these in this area here. So I just need to figure out how big these parts are, and then I can kind of make that work. But if that's 5/8 of an inch, then I'll just need one of these bad boys that is less than that. Half of 5/8 is 5/16, which is that big. So as long as I have something smaller than 5/16 and 5/16 is an M3. This guy would work. Yeah, so these guys plus maybe this guy, probably smaller. See the threads, and that's awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, that'll be more than good. Cool. I love that. All right, so this gets set into 21/128. Yeah, 21/128. Slightly 22 11/64. Let's do 11/64 holes. I'm just gonna do okay, so we'll just do like a couple circles here. First off is a circle at a little bit bigger than the thread, which is going to be 1/8 of an inch. And then we're going to do another one that is, oops. This one's going to be the bigger than the head of the screw, which is, I'll just go bigger than that, 1/4 inch. Cool. I'm gonna take this one. Are you going on the right plane? No, you are absolutely not going on the right plane. Get out of there. Move or copy. Or copy you. We're going to go here. We'll go what? There's going to be the holes. Okay, I want to try to do personnel. Let's see if we can join these. That's one thing now. Now I want to break this along this plane here. I think it's like, it's the best way to do that. Sketching, add a construction plane, type, midplane, between this and that. Hey, that actually works perfect. That's better than I expected. Done. Okay, so now I can get rid of this that I made. Let me just delete that, and then we're going to split this body, boop, on this plane. Okay. And then we're going to make another plane that's like here. If I delete that, that's fine, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Hello. Let's see here. The next plane is just a plane right here. There you go. Now we split this again at that plane. Done. Okay, now theoretically, if I take this one and this one and merge them, we have a face in here. There you are, union. Boop. Okay, now theoretically, those will no longer be together. Why is that lower than... That's odd, huh? Oh. Now, curiosity. If I delete this. those are in the same plane now. Okay. Delete that one. Delete this one. All right, so theoretically, this can just go like. Should I put a washer on that? Probably should put a washer on that. Is that too much though? Probably should put a washer on that. Well, how about I get a washer? 11/64. So 9:30 seconds. I'm gonna do 9:30 seconds. It should be fine. What did I do? I did a quarter, right? I think I did a quarter, which is just slightly smaller. It's too small for that to get in there. I could print it with that in there. Let's just make it bigger. Boop, boop. 9 or 30 seconds. Oops. Okay, so we'll go back in. How far? Did I say I want it? 30 seconds. That seems way farther than I wanted it to be. Okay, so we'll go like this, this, and this, and we're just going to put you all the way through. Wait, why are you separate here? I decided we're going the other direction. Boop. Love it. Okay, so there's those. And then, let's see here. Now we can do these. Do those. Oops. No, that's not what I asked for. This program is a little fussy with its pen locations. Sometimes you feel like you're doing it right, and then it's like, nah. Whoa, what did it? Go back anyway? Weird. Oh. What happened? I must have accidentally went back again. Cool. Okay. Over 8. Okay, so now we've got the recessed areas for the bolts. I'm actually gonna do that half the distance. I really like that. Over 16. I don't mind if the bolt heads stick out just a little bit. I just don't want it to be too funky there. Cool. There's that, and then we go to the other side. we want this to be? What do we figure this needs to be? .3/16 of an inch would be enough. Yeah, 3/16 inch would be good. Cool. So that's the side that the brass press fittings will go in and just kind of be melted into place. I want to strengthen this area by adding a little arch to it there, I think. Actually, do you want to go further? I could go like there. That'll probably make it really a lot better in strength. I do want to drink this side up and do something like that with it, just so that it's nice and comfy. That looks pretty good. Probably shrink it. Yeah, I don't want to do that too much because, well, it doesn't really matter because this is not part of that. Okay, so we're going to go to layers here. I'm going to hide this body. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's... Okay, that's fine. So now we can see inside this thing. This is what the inside looks like. If I want to strengthen anything else, I can do that from here. But I think we're going to decrease, we're going to chamfer this in. Actually, no, this is the side that's facing the back anyway, so that doesn't matter. This, we're going to go back to there because this doesn't matter at all, strength-wise. I think that's pretty good. And then we'll like leave a little bit here, like that, just to give it a little notch to sit into nicely. And then I'm going to go to the other body and I'm going to just hide that plane. We're going to take this and we're just going to shrink that in so that it's not so precise. Same thing with that. I dig that. That looks pretty good. Because the goal is just to kind of clamp it into place. And then I should just thicken this out a little bit. Ooh, if I do that, it will be funky. So nope. I think that's fine. All right, so now the last thing I want to do is just clean up this edge here. It's a little bit smoother. This one doesn't matter as much. Yeah, I dig that. That'll be nice. And then I want some way to attach this to the current backpack. And I think I'll just do the same thing with this, which is a couple of the bolts at various spots. So let's do 4, probably good. Just do one like right here. Circle. How big do we want these ones? The same size? They'd probably be the longer ones though. So what did I say? It's 16. It was like 3/16 of an inch. So we'll do another set of holes that are like 3 16. Like this. Like that. And we'll grab this one and this one, and we'll just do it down here. Looks good to me. And then we will just screwed. Yep. Stop grabbing the center. Grab the face. Boop. 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 Pop those through. So now we have more spots for the press fittings to go in. And the only thing I'm worried about is how strong this will be across that. But hopefully that big piece there, and if I make this back one, like the back one needs to be pretty solid anyway. And then I just grab this one and this one, and we mirror you there. Boom. This, and we grab this and we union. Done. There's the piece. Theoretically. I think that'll work. Yeah. And then I can change that if I need to make it narrow or whatever. But I think it's ultimately pretty good. I think I did it. Okay. I think if there's anything else I would do to this. I think I might print this in ABS so that it's stronger, but at least PETG. But I'll probably just do a test one with some cheap PLA first to make sure it works, and then go from there. Yeah, wing backpack. It's basically, I don't know if you've seen what I've been done yet, but I have these old wings. This is the basis of it, but they were attached here. There's a little tube here that assists it. But my goal is to remove the tube and just kind of use this piece. This thing is removable. So if I go here, I can hide that. So this fits into the groove that's in here and screws into place with some little M3 bolts with some heat press threads in them. So that'll lock it into place and also can be removed pretty easily. And then theoretically, you can just bolt this thing all together onto the backpack using these other holes, and I'm just gonna put a zipper where this piece will go, so it'll just zip over it closed, and then you can put it on, put the wings on, it'll lock into place, and then whenever you want to take it off, you can just unzip the zipper and the wings and everything can come out. I think that'll work. I hope it'll work. The other option is I make this whole back plate one big piece. So maybe I do a test with this, and actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. So we'll save that. So that's now saved, and then we're going to copy this, duplicate it, and we'll go rename it. So if I did the whole plate, I would get rid of, what would I do differently? hide you. Hide you. You go back in to normal. We'll keep you open just to make that easier. This goes up to there. And then we'll just split on this plane again. Okay, theoretically this will work. as another option. It might be even stronger, maybe. Would I want to move those? I probably would want to move those closer to grabbing that, though. So can I just move this? If I grab this circle, what happens if I just hit move and I just move it? Does it get cattywampus? It does get all funky wonky. That's hilarious. So I can just get rid of it. Oh God. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so how we're going to do this again. Boop. Boop. Nice, we're going to get rid of those. Boop, those are gone now. Now we should. So one thing. So I want to like copy that. So let's do. I'm gonna do. I don't think this one's necessary. If we do it this way, I think we can just get rid of this one completely here. I still like the length of it just to give it some strength, but I think this is kind of unnecessary. Maybe keep those other two. The further out it gets, the harder it's going to be to mess with too. So let's right over here. We're gonna go. Sure, I'll do that. And then we're gonna do my circles here, which are the 30-second circle. You are a 1/8 inch diameter circle. We'll copy you down. That's good. And then we're gonna grab 2 more, and we will copy you guys. Paste it here. Probably be good. Cool. We might not need all of that, but it could be useful. And then. I can't remember how far I made that. So it's a 1/16 of an inch in for that one. Let's grab how far the interiors and we'll just send them through. That. And then we go back to the other side, and this was, what did I say this was again? For the 15th side? 3/16 of an inch. Okay. Still had it saved. Nope, that's an increase it to 3/16. That's the one we want. So we could theoretically use this same one for press sit fit from both sides and attach this to the existing backpack with it this way. I dig it. All right, so now I just want to like make this cleaner by going like this. Actually, can I do that with? Yeah, we'll just do that. Let's do that like that. Well, that's a funny little chamfer there, huh? What happened here? It looks fine, so we'll just leave it like that. Yeah. Oh. Come on. There you are. I dig it. Wait, what the hell's happening here? It looks fine. It's just all funky happening here. Get back down here. I don't know if I will be able to fix that. Oh, jerk. That looks nicer at least. Oop, like that. I see what's happening there. Alright, so now we just gotta use this. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Love it. Don't change a thing. It's good enough for me. And now we just do. Who's going on here? So you aren't attached to this yet. So that should all be one thing now. That's looking good to me. You're all thing. So now we go. Mirror this on that plane, keep the originals, and then that should do it. So if I need to add more strength, what I'll do is I'll actually add vertical in here. I'm tempted to just do that to give myself a little bit more space, because this doesn't need to be that low. But I can always just trim this at this plane, add a bit, and then make that work too. All right, I think I'm good with that. I think that'll work for me. So let me do this. And we'll union those. And we'll do this, and we'll do that. Union those. Done. Boom. Okay, cool. I've got two options now to play with, and plenty of scrap PLA to play with it. I like this option because the screws are going to be available from the back a little bit easier. I think the further up there they are, the worse they are. And this will probably give it a little bit more strength overall, because now this is all one part. Now, have I thought about printing this? How would I print this? I might just split it at the height. Though it would be probably better to print it flat as possible. Okay, I think I'm good with that. Honestly, I think that's probably a pretty good place for me to stop tonight. I got a thing figured out. I got two options. I can think about it overnight and start printing tomorrow. Though I'm actually shop update stuff. I'm getting ready for Emerald City Comic Con in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and that'll be cool. I've got my Vortex cosplay is getting in, is into the main stage cosplay competition. I had to do an application thing for that, so that was cool that I got in. And I'm just working on doing updates to it. So I've got a huge list of those things that I got to do. Let's see. I use the MeTail system. There's this company called MeTail that does like a Bluetooth controlled tail and ear set. And it's pretty cool, but the app isn't great, and the Bluetooth disconnects a lot, and that's not my favorite. So I'm looking at replacing it, and I bought all this stuff to run. Basically, it's an Arduino, and then it's an Arduino Uno 3, and it uses this thing called Shield, which is like stackable modules. And so I bought I bought a servo control module, so theoretically I can do servo control stuff with that. And I also today I bought a Bluetooth module, so theoretically I could stack them together and get a thing, stack them together and get a Bluetooth controller in it and do all sorts of stuff. So the idea is I want to get off of the MyTail system and use my own Arduino to control the ears and movement. And then in the future, I can use that as a jumping off point to more automation stuff, because I want to learn more about it, and I'm pretty weak at it. Actually, oh wait, I can do this. Boop. It's me. And my goal then is, if I can get that working, that's step one. Next would be I might try to add some lights to his eyes, and I want to redo some of the comfort things, because I did the whole lower body is all 3D printed, and it's pretty cool, but it's not comfortable where it touches your skin or your Under Armour or whatever you're wearing. So I'm gonna potentially replace, or at least line that so it's comfortable. And then I want to, let's see, I want to change his pants. The denim I got for his pants is really light, and it tears. There's already like supposed to be tears in it, but those holes tear even more easily. So I'm basically kind of reworking the entire legs so that they fit better, everything lines up better. I want to reset the suspenders that hold the legs up, because basically the legs go up to about here. The suspenders don't hold it up well enough. I want to tighten it to my body a little bit more so he gets a little thinner. I want to change how the tail interacts with the body. I want to line a little bit of the upper body. I want to redo the hands completely. They use a mechanical finger lengthening thing, so you like move your hand and the fingers move further. And I want to change that out completely, because they're just a little bit wonky. I modified stuff, but I learned a lot in the process, and I think that next year it'll be, or this next version of it will be a lot more reliable. And I want to actually glue the fur to the hands instead of having me like sleeved in, because they slip. Legs are printed in flexible in TPU, bamboo 95 TPU. And they're really cool because they're lightweight, they breathe really well, but TPU, it's just a little plasticky. So, and over time that like rubbing has like worn down my Under Armour that I wear under the cosplay. So I just want to update it, get a little bit better material, like make it more comfortable. It breathes so well though, and it looks really good. It's held its shape up really well. But yeah, I think that if I can just get a little bit more on it that way, it'll be 1,000 times better. So I'm just gonna do a few upgrades. The pants are a big thing, because the pants just rip a lot, and they need to support some of the weight of the suspenders and everything, because the pants are actually attached to the torso fur, and then at the bottom of it is the leg fur is attached to that. So, but I can undo the pants and repattern it and everything, because I also want to change the shoes out, because the shoes that I bought were kind of garbage. So that would be nice to change that out. And let's see. Oh yeah, I want to add a pocket to the chest that has the Arduino storage in it. So he just has like a little beep, open it up, and there's his parts. Yes, load-bearing pants. I mean, like many pants, they're load-bearing. And I just want to make sure that they work. So yeah, and I want to get all this stuff onto the Arduino and hopefully make it controllable either by a button that's like in a cable to my hand or something. I have this like mini Bluetooth controller. Let me see. It's over here. Oh, here, I'll show you the Arduino stuff too. So I got this is the Arduino. So it's not big, but this thing should be able to power anything I ever want to throw at it. And theoretically, I can just plug and play things in the future to make it work. So we'll see how that works. But I want to pair that theoretically to this little guy. This is a little 8-bit dough controller. It's just so tiny, but how cool would this be if I had this, it's like stuck inside the palm of my hand, and I was able to just touch buttons and be like, okay, this is this mood, this is this mood, this changes this thing, whatever. And even have modifiers within that. Though I could theoretically cannibalize this and rewire it to do other things too. So like make a smaller, break out the button, rewire the buttons to something else that is even smaller, easier to work with. So we'll see how that works. Yeah. And I got to do that in 3 weeks. It's probably pretty easy. I actually want to do another video too in the process, because I feel like before I rip him apart, it'll be really nice to have a video that's like, what did I do to make him in the first place? Because I did a lot of weird stuff, and it's kind of cool what I did. There's a lot of weird technology that I played with when I made him, and I used him as a tool to get better with my own work. And I think that it could be nice to try a little bit more myself and figure out if there's something else I could do in the future to make more videos. So I'll do one video that's probably like what I did, plus like hints as to what I'm working on, and then one more video after Emerald City Comic Con about all the stuff that I haven't, or that I'm adding to it and I'm changing, things I learned from, so that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for me tonight. I think it was a really good little stream. I'll be back again next week. I don't know what I'm going to be working on yet, but I kind of want to work more on Death or maybe some fan art, but it'll be back in Nomad Sculpt. For sure, I want to do something in Nomad Sculpt. So I've got a few fan art things I want to work on, and some other stuff too. Or maybe just back to Death Wolf. So, hey, thanks for coming in. Love meeting you, and hope you have a great night, and hope to see you next week. If not, I'll see you around. Thank you. Bye.